Hello, hello, hello. Hey, Shauna. Boy, my hair looks like Bushy Betty, man. Hey, Anna. Look how it looks really like, wow. Look like I'm an 80s chick, man. Big hair band. You can tell how long it's grown. Last year, when I made my hair oil, I had to pull out some old videos because you can tell how well the hair oil has worked. My gray was like here, right? When I started my hair oil. Look how much it's grown. The hair oil works, by the way, guys. We are going to be talking about some cool stuff today. A few reasons, but we'll wait till we get, I'm trying to calm down this hair. I feel like it's like, I look like an 80s band. Like Great White Snake. I feel like I should be like having an air guitar, you know. Here I go again on my own. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. You know, it's what I feel like. I should be flying my hair back and forth. And ooh. Anybody out there do air guitar back in their, you know, younger days? When you've been drinking, you know? You know you did. Maybe it just was for a moment, but you did. What are you guys drinking today? Speaking of drinks, look at that lovely, you see that beautiful purple tea? See if you guys can guess what's in there. Hey, Linda, it's a tea, all natural. What would you guys guess was in there? You don't have to, we won't give the answer away right now. We'll let you ponder that. And if you do guess it, I will, I'm going to get a pen. I'm going to write your name down real quick so that we can, I'm not doing a giveaway, but we'll just shout out. Hey, Gregory. We got some things to talk about today. Hi, Tina. We got the cool cats. Wasn't there, oh no, I know what I'm thinking about. One called the cool cats, they were the stray cats. I swear I'm stuck back in the 80s, you guys. I am. I'm like, I need to get with the times. Need to get with the times, man. It is a cold tea. Isn't it beautiful? I'm going to keep on showing this. I'm going to let you guys kind of ponder what's in there. It's 100% natural. No additives, no little extras. I'm not going to give anything away, but if anybody guesses it, I'm going to write your name down, and then here at some point in time I'll give a shout out to what it is. To what it is. So the title of this live was tinctures and oils, essential oils. I probably should have put in there all the things, because I've actually been seeing quite a few videos lately on doing oregano oil, people getting basil out of their garden and making oils, basil oil. And I know it is harvesting season. We're all growing all sorts of things. But my goal, hello Judy, welcome. Glad you could join. My goal is to make sure you do these things safely. Also, mullein, osha root, I'm sorry, I wasn't on that train of thought. I'm sorry, I'm trying to stay focused here. Osha root, mullein, grandelia, marshmallow root would help too with the cough. Might want to look at where your inflammation's coming from, basically, too. If it's a lot of mucus, look at soursop. Soursop's a mucus eliminator. So let's focus here, guys, on, we'll wait till the end for other questions, okay? So if you have some questions, just kind of write them down to the side, all right? And we'll get to them. Hi, Jimmy. So our number one thing with herbalism, with anything we do, is always going to be safety. And when it comes to fresh herbs, we always have to remember, when we are dealing with herbalism, fresh herbs always have water content. And many times we can make tinctures out of fresh herbs. And let's know the difference between a tincture, an oil, and yes, here we go. Look at this beautiful tea. It's 100% natural, no additives. Kind of, what do you think's in that tea? What's giving it that color? Anyway, we'll get to that here in a little bit. When we are talking about tinctures, tinctures are alcohol-based. When we are talking about oils, they are oil-based. Essential oils are not a tincture. They are not an oil. They are a result of a process of distillation using fresh plants, but you have to have a distiller in your house to be able to get the oils that are actually in the fresh plant. And it requires tons and tons and tons of fresh plant, fresh leaf, to get just an ounce of that essential oil. So tinctures are made with alcohol. No exception to the rule. If you refer to something as a tincture, it is a tincture. End of story. If you refer to something as an essential oil, it is essential oil, and it has gone through the distillation process to pull out those essential oils. If it is, hi, how are you, sweetheart? Thanks for joining, Stacy. If it is an oil, it has gone through the process of becoming an oil. Now, right now, we are in June. People are starting to prepare for their winter cold and flu season. And that made me start thinking about, okay, olive oil, oil of oregano. A lot of people throw some oregano, fresh oregano, in a jar, and they'll just pour some oil over it. Please, 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 do not do that. You have water in those fresh plants. Water and oil do not mix. Water is the environment for bacteria. Do not leave it there without attending it. Do not, because you're going to get bacteria. We are humans. Hello, Annette. We are forgetful. That could sit. It could grow bacteria, and a lot of times bacteria does not smell. You may not see it. So always be mindful of that. I always try to use dried if I'm using an oil base. Monica, what's your question, dear? Okay, guys, here's the tea. Yes, but I'm going to throw an exception to the rule on everything that I'm saying, Monica. A lot of you guessed it correctly. It is butterfly pea flower. But this also has stinging nettle in it because I had some elevated liver enzymes in my last doctor's visit, and I wanted to focus on that. And so I did add that to it. But the amazing thing is, butterfly pea flower, you know how you get it that purple though? To ensure a purple, you need to add some citrus to it. You have to add citrus, otherwise you're going to get a funky color. Because I added the stinging nettle, it could have been a brownish color, but because I added citrus, I ended up adding lemons, limes, and some grapefruit along with that. Plus I threw in some various types of mint. I had orange mint and grapefruit mint and lavender. I threw all the mints in that I have. But yeah, it was the butterfly pea flower that caused it to be purple. All right, friends. So dried if you are using an oil. But I'm going to be honest with you. Throwing dried herbs into an oil, you are not getting the full profile of your herbs. Hi, open eyes. You're not going to get them. Let's talk about the phytochemistry of your plants. I'm going to mirror my, you may want to get yourself a pen and paper if you truly are interested in learning about this. You may want to take a screenshot of this. This is one of the books that I studied with, and when I was getting my certificate of herbalism at Cornell. It's a wonderful book. It is Herbal Constituents by Lisa Canora. It's the Foundations of Phytochemistry. It's a wonderful book. I suggest it for anyone who is wanting to dig down into the phytochemistry of plants. 3, 2, 1. All right. I'm going to turn this back around because this confuses my brain being backwards. Okay. Phytochemistry. This is the chemical makeup of your plant. And I'm going to try to keep this on very simplistic terms because I am not a chemist. I know the majority of you are not chemists. I like to make things simple so it sinks in. You know what I'm saying? There are some constituents, some parts of the plant that can only be pulled out with alcohol. Kind of like when you try to mix oil and water together. They don't combine. They bounce off one another. And that's the same way with some of those constituents, some of those cells, particles in the plant that you, polysaccharides, whatever we want to call them, in the plant that can only be grabbed by the alcohol. Now, you may be able to grab a portion of them, but not the full panel, by apple cider vinegar. You may also be able to grab some of them with food grade glycerin. Now I say some of them because you're going to get some medicine, but it won't be as strong as it will be with the alcohol. If you want strong medicine, you're going to need the alcohol. Now there are, on the other side of that, there are some components of that same plant that can only be pulled out by water. Just as oil with oil, if you try to blend oil with oil, they blend perfectly together. Okay? They're not going to bounce off each other. So you have some things in plants that can only be pulled out by water. So you have some constituents can only be pulled out by alcohol, apple cider vinegar, food grade glycerin. So for non-confusing, when I say alcohol, I'm also including ACV and food grade glycerin, okay? So moving forward, I'm not going to repeat all three of those. I'm only going to say alcohol. So you have some constituents that can only be alcohol, and some of those constituents can only be water, okay? Now then, when you are making an oil, at anywhere, place, and time, when you are talking about the phytochemistry of a plant, oil doesn't pull out 100% of anything. Oil pulls out a little tiny bit. So you're not getting a strong medicine. So how do you do it? How do you get the constituents, we're going to call them the water soluble, the water's pulling it out, they're soluble in water, the water soluble polysaccharides and the non-water polysaccharides that are pulled out without alcohol. How do you pull those out? Well, your best bet to get your strongest medicine is going to be, I like 100 proof vodka. The reason being is that 100 proof vodka is 50% alcohol, ethanol, and 50% water. Hey, Alma, how are you, sweetheart? So you're getting 50-50. 50% water, you're pulling out the water soluble. You got 50% ethanol, you're getting that alcohol, the non-water soluble. So you're pulling out both, right? So now you're left, after you set that and you let it process for 6 to 8 weeks or however many weeks you feel you need to do that, you are left with a tincture. You strain it, and what's all that herb that's in there, once you put it into a tincture, it is considered, it changes its name from an herb to a mark, M-A-R-K, a mark. Once you strain your mark, you've got a tincture, okay? So now you've got alcohol in here. How do I turn this into an oil? Let's say this was oregano. I took fresh oregano, okay? And I mixed it with I mixed it with 100 proof alcohol. So I had water in my plant because it was fresh. I used 100 proof alcohol, 50% ethanol, 50% water, and I made a tincture. It sat for 6 weeks. I strained it, and here it is. So I have got a really strong oregano tincture, but I want this to get turned into an oil, okay? How do I do that? I need to burn the alcohol off. I need to get rid of that alcohol. Now, of course, I'm literally not going to burn it off with a flame of any sort. That would be dangerous. We blow ourselves up. So what you can do is you can water bath this. Your ratio will always be a 1-to-4 ratio. You would take 1 part of your tincture to 4 parts of oil. This is how I make any of my oils. My face oils, my oregano oils, this is how I've always done it. Because I want the full panel of medicine out of the plant. I can't get that from just extracting it with oil alone. I need everything that alcohol and the water can get me. So I've got my extract, and you can water bath this. You go ahead and have 1 part of your tincture, whatever oil you want to use. In this case, we would want it to be olive oil, because we're going to make oregano oil. I would put olive oil in here, 4 parts. I would take the lid off this, have a pan with water in it to water bath it. Does everybody know what water bathing is? Where you just have the water so that it doesn't cover the jar, because you're not going to have a lid on this. You don't want water to get in there. You don't want water to get in the oil. So you're mixing your tincture with oil. Of course, that's not going to mix, and that's fine. But you would set that down in there, and that alcohol will steam off. You don't want it to boil. You only want it to get to 110 degrees only. And it's got a long process. Because of that, I choose not to water bath mine. I use a sous vide, and I don't have it here. It's in my garage, but a sous vide is a piece of equipment that sous chefs use. And they put it in a big pot. It's like a stick that clamps onto the side of your pot, and it plugs in. It's electric, and it sticks down into a pot of water. It has a temperature gauge. You set it to the temperature you want, so you would set it to 110 degrees. It heats up your water while your open lid jar with your 4-to-1 parts is sitting down in there, and it's steaming that alcohol off. So what you are left with after those 3 days of steaming off that alcohol is both the non-water soluble polysaccharides, the water soluble polysaccharides, and oil. You've got the full panel of the phytochemistry of that plant in oil, because just putting some plants in oil, dried plants in oil, you are not going to have that full panel. Any questions? I hope I didn't confuse anybody, because nobody ever asks questions. You guys just sit there. I think I bore you guys. I go to these other lives, and all these people are always typing and asking questions. And during my lives, everybody's just not typing. Sometimes I think that everybody's lost and just like, what? Okay. All right, as long as you guys got it. Three to 4 days. Yep. How much oregano? Well, sweetheart, that depends on what size that you are using. Something like this, myself, I would go, you can go 1-to-1 ratio, meaning 1 part herbs, 1 part of your alcohol. You could go, a half, 1-to-2. I mean, it's up to you. Some people want the oil. You can use herbs. I do it with my face oil, Cherokee. I use herbs for the face oil, but I don't want to put the alcohol on my face. So I have to take all the full panel and turn it into an oil. But I can't pull out that full panel with the oil. So it has to be a 2-step process. Yeah, it's like over a month and a half process just to do that. Yeah, it's an extra step so that you can get that. Yeah, like I couldn't just pull, like for example, royal jelly, olive leaf, and burdock. That's just 3 of the herbs that are in my face oil. So I just couldn't put those into oil. It's not going to pull out, Yeah, and it's going to dry out the face. Now, oil of oregano, you can take that by mouth, but what if you had something on your skin, you know what I mean, that was a wound and you wanted to heal it? You wouldn't want the alcohol on your skin, but yet you want all the benefits from the full panel of constituents and the medicinal benefits from it. And again, I know that there are a lot of creators out here, and they do it their way, and I am not. That is just the way that I have been taught to do it. And for you to do your own research, I would strongly suggest investing in this book. She's very knowledgeable. It goes down into the science and the molecular makeup of your plants. It's very, it's very, very interesting. It really is. I've got notes all over this thing, so very, very interesting. But check out Google sous vide. It's S-O-U-X. It's a French word, S-O-U-X. And the second word is spelled V as in Victor, I, D as in David, E. Sous vide. And you can leave that thing running straight. Whereas if you're doing it on your stovetop, I'm a nervous Nancy. I have a gas stove. I don't like an open flame running for anything, you know. Makes me nervous. So I really enjoy the sous vide. It can run and you don't have to stand there and monitor it. You can set the temperature, etc. I think you can get it on Amazon. I'm pretty sure you could. Yeah. I got it through school. But I'm pretty sure you could get it through. Yes. It's a good book. It's become helpful many times as a good reference. It even gives you an idea of like alcohol levels. You know, do you need, what herbs can you get away with just 20% alcohol or 40% alcohol? Or what herbs can you get away with 60% alcohol? What herbs need 95% alcohol? Because not herbs are always the same, you know, especially when you start getting into, let's see here, saw palmetto, for example, you need 60 to 80% proof alcohol. You know, so things like that, you know, when you get into barks, things like that, who would have thought peppermint you would need 60 to 90%? Yeah, I need to know all of that. I have a lot of herbs. If I ever find the PDF. Okay, thank you, Anna Banana. What's called Cornell. And then OSU for my bachelor's. When I said Cornell, that was for my certificate of herbalism. OSU was for my bachelor's. But yeah, it's a very good book. So it doesn't give you all of the herbs and what you need, but it gives you a good idea of a handful so that you can, you know, look at least the family genre to figure out, okay, well, this is, you know, that family. Let's look at the others. Exactly. A good start. Gets into the enzymes. You can even get into, you know, if you're looking at powders, things like that. So it's a very good book. It's very interesting. It'll even get you into the unsaturated fatty acids within the plant. You know, things that you really don't think about, you know. Oh, 5540. I'm going to be honest. Cherokee, your best bet with slippery elm is going to be a tea. You don't want to mess with a tincture. You don't want to mess with an oil. It's going to be a water extraction. Do a tea, but use room temperature, not even lukewarm, room temperature to cold water. I would use a tea bag, or if you have it in bark form, great, but mostly you usually find it in powdered form anymore. So if you don't have a bag, or if you have one of the tea holders that might go through the little holes in the tea, loose tea holder, you'll probably have to strain it. But once you get it into the water, the cold water or the room temperature water, you want it to sit there. Oh, okay, well, your bark. You want it to sit. I like letting my slippery elm sit for a few hours. You want that mucilage to take its time, to let it take its time to be able to extract from that herb. I use it a lot for my dog. My dog has IBS, and I like letting it sit. And then what I do is I'll make like one batch, and I don't make a lot. It's a smaller, it's a tiny, like a jelly jar. You know what I mean? And then and I only use like a syringe. I only you do like 2 milliliters. He's a Yorkie, but he's a larger Yorkie. 2 milliliters for him usually helps him right up. And then I freeze it, the rest of that, in ice cube trays, and I just pop it out when I need it. Could you use Everclear? Hold on. Could you use Everclear? Strip the herbs. I don't know what you mean, Vincent, by stripping. Do you mean for like tinctures or something? Do you mean like, you can use Everclear. Everclear is 95% ethanol and only 5% water. So you would need to add water to grab out, those water-soluble constituents, especially depending on the amount of mark or the amount of herb that you would have in your container, in your vessel. So, but yes, you could use it. It may be too strong for some herbs, some delicate herbs, for example, mushrooms, which are fungus, but I normally don't use like 95% Everclear on them. They do require a double extraction though. Let's see here. I think I got all the questions. Oh, questions. All right. Great, guys. You guys are such an easy group. Such an easy group. How much slippery elm for a coffee cup or so of water? Tablespoon. Again, it depends on if it's going to be powdered or if you're going to have it whole in chunks or what. The more surface area you have of that herb, like if you chopped it, ground it up, the less it's going to take up of surface area. So I usually deal with powdered, so it would be like a teaspoon to a tablespoon. Thank you very much, Jimmy. I appreciate you guys all. I get so involved in chitty-chatting and looking at the chat that I sometimes don't take time out to tell you guys thank you for the gifts and thank you for the likes and everything. I do appreciate it. You guys don't have to spend all your money on giving gifts. That just gives TikTok money. And I'm not all about giving TikTok money, to tell you the truth. You want to get inside there. You don't want that outer bark. You want to get inside there where that mucilage is going to be. Yeah, so you want to get in there. I don't think it's going to matter so much on the smaller, but you want to get in there. Okay, Jimmy. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I know how money's tight for everyone right now. I mean, I know it's tight for my household. I know it's tight for, everybody. I see it not only in my household, my business, I see it at the grocery store. I mean, we're all being affected. Yes. Yes, turkey. We're all feeling it, and everybody wants to have enjoyable summers and things. It's rough stuff right now for everyone. It really is. I love sharing information. I really do. Um, we are going to be doing, I grow a garden, I grow all my herbs. We're getting ready to, we are coming up on the season where we're going to be doing some canning. We are going to be doing, I just made some pickled eggs with beets. Just made some pickled veggies. And, oh, well, good, Annette. Thank you. And I've already got mint that is just absolutely going crazy. I've got to get that harvested. The fenugreek's going crazy. I didn't think, man, the fenugreek is just going nuts this year. And fenugreek is very good for diabetes. It's very good for your heart. And I love the smell of fenugreek. How do I can pickles? I'll be honest, I've never canned pickles before. But this year I'm going to. But what I did here recently, I just did pickled vegetables. Like the cauliflower and the broccoli, and I added some jalapeno, and you got to eat them within 2 weeks. But they're really good. I used like a ranch dressing. It was good. I love summertime with all the fresh fruits, but I am looking for a really good pickle canning recipe because I like the crunch. I want a garlic pickle with the crunch. And I don't want to lose that crunch in the canning process. So I don't can my, oh, good, Jimmy, please do. I don't can my tomatoes until the fall. I freeze them all until January. Because, none of your tomatoes all come ready at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So I just freeze them all and then can them in the winter after the holidays when things slow down. And nothing like a good homemade tomato sauce. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. We on my channel, we have made, I put this in our Discord the other day and I'm like, guys, I'm running out of things to make. We have made our own deodorants. We have made our own shampoos, our own body washes. We made laundry detergent. I forgot to put that on the list of things we made. We have made our own magnesium spray. We've made our own EJ, you come up with some of the wildest stuff. What else have we made? Toothpaste. We have made, oh my gosh, I just lost my train of thought again. Anyway, so some things that I have come up with that we could possibly try to make is, would anyone be interested? Hello, Lady Moon. Would anyone be interested in possibly homemade calamine lotion and homemade sunscreen? I'm still working on the sunscreen though. Still working on, yep, we made our own toothpaste also. Yes. I am still trying to perfect the sunscreen because I want to use sea buckthornberry. But yes, I want to do the calamine lotion. Oh, and Vicks Vapor Rub sticks, kind of like a deodorant stick instead of in a jar, but a stick. You know what I'm saying? No, they're not on my page. They are more than likely over on my TikTok. A rub for neuropathy. That's a good idea, Deb. I can take a wet pain tincture, turn it into an oil as we just discussed, taking a tincture and turning it into an oil, and then turning it into a rub. Yes, Chinese herb class is coming soon with, I forget her name. It's a tea lady, isn't it? Tea lady. Mary. Yes. Yes, Mary. I need to make some more of my hair oil, guys. If you haven't, when you guys first started following me, remember my grays were about to here? Look how much it's grown. Look how long my hair is, guys. I gotta get it cut. Oh, I just scratched the shit out of my eyeball. Ooh, that hurt. Thank you. It's, I'm planning on dressing up as a Wicked Witch of the West this Halloween, and I don't have to wear a wig. I gotta do something with it. It's out of control. I normally wear it up because I just don't know what to do with it anymore. Plus, it was when I got out of work, and because the South's too hot with this hair. I live up north. When I got out of work, hopped in the car, driving down the road, I happened to look at the temperature. It was literally on 99 degrees. As I'm driving down the road a little bit more, it hit 100 degrees. Like, holy crap. I'm not going to complain, though. It's a lot better than 20 below zero. That's all I'm going to say. I'm in Ohio. It's a lot better than 20 below zero. So, it is what it is. You feel prickly numbness in your feet, hands and feet. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I've missed a lot of this conversation. Cayenne's very good for pain relief. It's a vasodilator. I don't do heat so well either, Cherokee. That's why I'm inside. If I had to be out, I don't know how people would handle it without air. That would be a tough one. I'd be complaining. I would be complaining. I ain't gonna lie, I'd be complaining. I'd probably be going to the fire station or something saying, help me, please. I'm spoiled. I'm spoiled. Be like, guys, we're not eating this week. We're going to the hotel. So you said you're having neuropathy pain? Well, I really don't know the root cause of your pain, sweetheart. And you said that you're bedridden. I don't know your diagnosis, the root cause, so it's really hard. And I'm not a doctor, and so I can't really say. I can give you some things to research, though. I can tell you about some things that I have, experienced with people. They can't find a cause. You're on medications, right? I'm sure. And I'm not going to ask you what they are here on a public forum. Yes or no is good. But I'm sure you're on medication, right? Yeah. So you can have contraindications with some herbs. So the first thing is, in my link tree, if you go up here to my link tree, and you click on where it says link tree, and if you go all the way to the bottom of my link tree, there's a website that you can put in what medicine you're on, and you can put the herb in, and it'll tell you if there are any bad side effects, contraindications, bad side effects with your medicine and the herb. So the second thing I wanted to say is I do have a pain medicine. Let me repeat that. I was thinking about your medicine. I do have a pain solution that I use myself, and a lot of people have found it very, very beneficial. It currently is not on the shelves. It won't be ready for about another 2 weeks. It has a plethora, a lot of wonderful herbs in it that help things from muscular pain, bone pain, for example, cat's claw that focuses on lower back pain and hip pain and knee pain, all the way to nerve pain. Now then, I'm going to tell you a story. And it's just a story of a doctor that I actually mentored with. He had a client. Let me start over. He was at a convention. And I know a bunch of people have heard this story before, but I find it so amazing, so I share it. He was at a convention giving a speech, and he was leaving. Young lady was pushed up. She was in a wheelchair with her husband, and she came up to him and asked if he had MS, and asked if he had anything. She was in a lot of pain. She couldn't walk anymore. Her husband was having to carry her to the bathroom. She was wheelchair bound. And did he have anything? She was beside herself. So, you know what? Somebody else told me that too on the link tree. I wonder, I'm having a lot of problems with TikTok lately. You might have to do a Google search on let me work on it. Let me see what's wrong with it. Let me finish the story and we'll talk about that. Anyway, she diagnosed with, she had MS, she couldn't walk, in a wheelchair, her husband having to carry her to the bathroom, and did he have anything for her pain? She was at her wit's end. He had some teasel root with her. Teasel root is a biennial plant. It's not normally known for pain, but he had been using, by the way, he was a veterinarian. I totally bypassed some information. He was a veterinarian, but he's a holistic veterinarian. Believed in pharmaceutical medication for emergency purposes, but for maintenance, he truly, truly would try to treat every animal with herbal medicine, herbal solutions. Anyway, he had some teasel root with her, and he had been using it on some of the animals. It showed promise in pain, so he gave her some teasel. He advised her, start out with this with 1 drop 3 times a day, get up to 14 drops 3 times a day, and when you get there, if it doesn't work, it's not going to work. So she started taking it 1 drop first day, 3 times a day, 2 drops 3 times a day, so on and so forth, adding a drop every day until she got to 14 drops 3 times a day. Never heard anything with her, never heard a thing. Then we had this little foraging expedition, blah, 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 and he was telling the story, and this girl said, and he had written about this girl in his overview, and said, I've always wondered what happened to her, and had this foraging expedition, and he was telling the story about the girl and wonder whatever happened to her. And this girl stood up and says, it was me. She actually attended the foraging expedition, walking on her own, no wheelchair. Husband wasn't even with her, and it helped her with her pain. So teasel root is really good for pain. Also, I do have that out on the website too. Don't know much about what's going on with you, but you can look at that also. So, and teasel root is in my wet pain tincture also. So, but it, like I said, the wet pain will be ready in about 2 weeks. 2 weeks, I believe, is the date it's going to be ready. Changed a little bit of the recipe. It's called What Pain Is Mine. The plant that I was telling the story about is called teasel. T-E-A-S-E-L. Teasel root. Pretty tea, 100% natural. Stinging nettle, butterfly pea flower. When you make it, throw you some type of citrus in there. It'll turn it purple. All right, guys, any more questions? Oh, we talked about the link tree. It's working now? Okay. It wouldn't surprise me. I'm having a lot of issues with the owner of this app. I don't know if it's the owner of the app or just the reporting, people reporting. I don't know, but every darn video I post, I am not lying, every video I get some type of violation. Every video. It's gotten to the point now I just don't even care. I don't even care if I appeal it or not. It's just like, what the F? Who cares? I mean, they're getting ridiculous. I put a post about a boat ride. A boat ride. And there was like, okay. It didn't follow community guidelines. Nobody was even talking. It was a boat ride. There was music, TikTok music. Not even our music. It was TikTok music. How is that? Whatever. Oh, I'm glad you said that too, Judy. Okay, what herbs would be good for bloating? Honestly, what I would suggest is get you some fire cider. Best thing for bloating. You're knocking out a lot of things there, Judy. You're getting taken care of. Bloating, it's good. It's a probiotic. You've got that good bacteria for your gut. It's going to help your colon, the whole digestive tract all together. It's good for GERD, heartburn, indigestion. Get you some fire cider. Great stuff. Make it yourself. Wonderful. Ziad, what did you say that I thought about that I was going to say something about? Oh, no, it was Judy saying something about somebody lost something. So yes, I saw a video the other day. A lot of big creators, these TikTok shop sellers. There's that green book. I don't have it in front of you. Do you recommend? I did it, Amy. I did that, University of Jade Bloom, just so I could get the free points. You don't walk away with any extra knowledge of any way, shape, or form. You get those free credits. That's the only benefit of it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I did it. That's it. They don't. That's it. That's all I can say. Anyway, there's a green book. I mean, I did it because I wanted them credits. I ain't gonna lie. I'm all about saving some money. And if you got the time to watch the videos, girl, do it. Become an affiliate. I mean, I'm an affiliate. I don't push it. They've got great oils. But if you want to push it and you can become an affiliate, do it to it. There's a green book, guys, that they sell on TikTok Shop. The author is Nicole Apalian. The Lost Book of... You know what book I'm talking about? Do you guys know which one I'm talking about? Alright, well, if you guys do a search on that book, people, this is the crazy shit that TikTok's doing. They have that book on their TikTok shop, right? $40-some or some crap like that. But then when these creators are going out here doing their little TikTok shop videos, they're getting violations. And then they're banning their account. So if you know anybody who has a video of that up, I would kind of give them a little hint. Take it down. If you are a creator, don't do videos on that. If you want that book and you want it for free, let me hook you up. You can get that PDF for free on my website. What's going on here? Jeez. All you have to do is to subscribe. Why does my hair look greasy? I just washed it like 2 days ago. Probably that 100-degree weather, it melted, made my hair greasy. Have we ever made dry shampoo before? I don't know. You just have to subscribe to my website. It's free to subscribe to my website. I never ask you for money unless you buy something from me. It's the only time I ask you for money. Unless I'm telling you I'm giving it to you. But subscribe to my website. Go to the members page. You're going to see a couple books there you can download for free. One of them is The Lost Book of Herbal Remedies. You can get it for free. Save yourself $40. Okay, well, maybe we'll do another dry shampoo. I forgot to list dry shampoo the other day when I was going through my list. We have made a lot of stuff, guys. We may have to remake some things. Oh, we've got to do the puzzle piece because they say I'm inactive. So we'll do that. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on here either, Anna. Anybody have any questions or anything like that? Are we good? Anna pinned it right there. TimeToHeal.net. Just time like the herb in my name. TimeToHeal.net. N-E-T. And then just choose subscribe. And it's free. You don't have to pay anything. Hi, Ziad. How are you? How are you, sweetheart? I know, Alma. I wish we could, too. We need to schedule a Discord day when we can just, like, shoot the crap in Discord and, like, all be on either voice. You can be on video if you want. You don't have to be on video. Just be on voice. Be like being on the phone. And we can laugh and joke and, you know what I'm saying? We don't have to talk about herbs. We can if you want. But we could just crack up. Because we're all funny. We all have funny things to talk about. You guys can make fun of me. I can make fun of you. We can make fun of other people. I'm just teasing. Don't joke. We all do that. We all had that one friend that we sit in public with and go, oh my God. You know it. Anywho, friends, I will be going live Wednesday night of this week. Hello, Mary. Hey, we're going to do some Chinese medicine soon. I don't know if you talked to EJ and scheduled something. It would be fun. Thank you for that, sassy mama. You and your daughter, you can't leave us alone. But anyway, if you're not in my Discord, jump in the Discord. The link's on my website too. For those of you who are here and in my Discord, we're going to set something up. We're going to do that tonight. We're going to figure out a good time for everybody because we got people in different time zones. So we're going to figure something out. We're going to set that up. But Wednesday night, here, live, is 6 o'clock okay? Hey, Samaya, sweetheart, how are you? Thank you for the rose. Well, thank you very much, sassy mama. I keep on pushing this table. What was I going to say? What time's good for you guys? Is 5 o'clock? I'm Eastern time. So is 5 or 6 better for you guys? What works better for you, babe? 5, 6, 5, 6, 5, 6. Look how white that is underneath there. 6. All right, we'll do 6 o'clock on Wednesday. It is 6:41 here. 6:41 here. I'm Eastern Standard Time. It's been a long day. I'm starting to see the effects of the day. I need to go wash my hair. 3 hours. You're in Arizona, right? Okay. 6 Eastern. Eastern Cherokee. Cherokee people. Cherokee tribe. So proud to be. You guys remember that song? Probably not, I'm old. Alright, friends. Be here Wednesday. We're going to have the giveaway. And you know what we're giving away Wednesday? It is that wonderful, wonderful first aid bag. And we're going to go into depth on that first aid bag on Wednesday because it has so much stuff on it. It is out on the website. It's not an expensive product either. And once you guys see all the stuff in there and you see the price on it, you are going to be like, wow, okay. I do have a lot of stuff in there. Use the search bar for sure. You're going to be scrolling for days. There's a lot of stuff in there. A lot of stuff. When did I get so old? Alright, guys. I'm out of here with my old ass. Oh, I am. I know I'm not. And you know what? I'm cool with it. I'm not complaining about it because there are so many people who are never blessed to see the age that I am. So I am thankful for it 100%. But well, congratulations to you. Happy 70th, Deb. Well, thank you guys. I appreciate it. It's just sometimes you look at yourself, you know, and you're like, how'd I get here? When did all this happen? You know, you ever do that? You're just kind of like, where's that 16-year-old girl that my mind's still there. My thoughts still have those giddy thoughts, and, you know, I'm still passionate about things like I was when I was that young, but you look at yourself, sometimes you're like, where did this person come from, you know? I don't know. Time goes by so quick. So fast. Well, thank you, Ziad. And I still would love to talk to you about the Muslim religion. As a matter of fact, I have a few other ladies who were very interested in talking to you also about that. So we'll have to arrange that, Ziad, get all of our schedules together. I know. It's just not me. It's getting all of us together. And believe me, sometimes it's hard just to get us together for a Bible study, all of us. So. All right, guys. You guys take care. You guys have a wonderful evening. I love you all. Appreciate you. Is that our backyard? Mm-hmm. Look what John just brought me. These guys are in our backyard right now. Oh, they got them and their babies in the backyard right now. Freaking Thanksgiving dinner! All right, friends. We'll see you guys later. Take care. I love you all. Bye-bye.